Over 100 years ago, a bartender in a gentleman's club in Philadelphia experimented with raspberries and created a cocktail we call the Clover Club. While the traditional recipe calls for raspberry syrup, today we are looking at an easier way to make the cocktail with Bombay Sapphire's Bramble Gin. To show us how it's done, we have Georgie Mann from Bombay Sapphire Australia. Can you tell us a little bit about the drink, Georgie?
It's a bit of a forgotten classic. It is a gin sour with berries added to it. It's a great way to have a gin-forward cocktail, but with a slightly fruity twist. Okay, so let's make a Clover Club. I'm going to start off with 30 ml of lemon juice. Freshly squeezed is always best. Like all true sours, you obviously need something sweet next, and I'm going to keep it nice and simple and use 2 teaspoons of caster sugar. The key here is to then stir it to make sure that it's all dissolved into the lemon juice. And if you want to use simple syrup, if you've got simple syrup at home, then you could use 15 to 20 ml, depending on how sweet you wanted to make it. And then next we're going to add our gin. So I'm using Bombay Bramble Gin here, and we're going to add 60 ml. Now traditionally next you would add egg white, but today I'm going to use Wonderfoam instead. Wonderfoam is a great alternative if you don't have eggs in the house, but it's also a vegan alternative. And all you need is a few drops, and it means that you can make these delicious sours any time. So next we actually need to emulsify the cocktail, which means we're making it nice and fluffy. So we're going to shake it without ice first up. And now we add our ice. And we shake again. We're going to serve this cocktail up today, so I've got a lovely cocktail coupe here. We're going to use fine strainer and a Hawthorn strainer to make sure none of those ice shards get in, and it's going to end up beautifully silky and nice and fluffy too. And that's all the ingredients that go into your Clover Club. Now you could leave it just like this and enjoy it without a garnish, but I've got beautiful raspberries here today, so I'm going to put them on a cocktail pick and serve them on top. I think the easiest way to describe Bombay Bramble is that it's a flavoured gin for gin lovers. You still get this beautifully strong juniper characteristic that you want and you find in a quality London dry gin. There is absolutely no added sugar in Bombay Bramble Gin, and it's 100% natural. So this starts as a London dry gin, and then we've already added the berries for you. So it's taking out a step so you can have a delicious berry cocktail at home. So the key to remember about Bombay Bramble is there is no added sugar to it. It's quite easy to look at this product and think, oh, it's going to be nice and sweet. Even when you smell it, you get those characteristics to it. But you do need to add sugar to make this drink balanced, because it's all about a good balance. And then the second thing was how you get your fluffy top on it. So you need to make sure that you shake it nice and hard without ice before adding your ice to then chill it and dilute it. Well, the Bramble was inspired by a Bramble cocktail that was created in the 1980s, so more of a modern classic rather than one of these true classics. So a classic Bramble would have gin, lemon and sugar with a creme de mure drizzled over the top, being a berry liqueur. So you can make a Bramble with Bombay Bramble and not need that extra liqueur ingredient. It works really well in Negronis as well, which might sound a little bit strange, but it adds this beautifully, little fruity twist, and it balances out really nicely with the herbaceousness that you find in, your bitter aperitifs and all the other botanicals that you get in vermouth as well. But for me, this is it's a drink to start the night. It's beautiful. It's got citrus. It's got gin. It's got a little bit of fruit in there. So it really gets the palate going rather than being something that, rich and indulgent that I'd finish the night on. So now that you know about Bombay Bramble and you know about the fantastic classic cocktail with Clover Club, I do hope that you recreate this at home and you make heaps and heaps of them for your friends and family. It's a great cocktail to bring to life with the festive season coming up. Cheers! Okay.